So why so sensitive? Let's see. How's it going, guys? Welcome back to Quentin's in the Gunga. This is part 1 of my Why So series. This is a series where I ask questions to you guys, to myself, and to general EDC community, starting off with why so. So the first installment is going to be why so sensitive. And this is focused on not just asking things that what we do, but why we do it. Things that we maybe should be asking, and then things that we get asked ourselves. So the first installment of why so sensitive is focused onto everyone in the everyday carry community. So with this series, I want reactions. So this is a follow-up series to the unpopular opinion series, where I wanted to open up dialogue between people of the EDC community. I think everyone's very closed up and they've got their own ideas. I want everyone to broaden their minds, to open up for new ideas. If those ideas are bad, then just throw it away if yours are better. But if it's not, then maybe reassess your ideas. I love my ideas being challenged and my opinion being challenged. You should feel the same way too. So this isn't an exact science. Tactics as it is ever evolving. It's improving. That's why we aren't still running the tactics from 1920. Because quality improves, marksmanship improves, and then just general handling and then characteristics of firearms, the understanding behind it has improved. So we can't just stay the same and have the same ideas the whole time, because your life, my life, and everyone else's life around you depends on it. You might not just save your own life, you might intervene and save someone else's life. You might save someone of my family's life, and I would be ever grateful. But we need to be the best protectors that we can be. So yeah, that's the intro. So the first one is why so sensitive. The thing is about the EDC community is that we've got probably the toughest, most hardcore people in this community as well. But quite a lot of us are very sensitive. So why are we so sensitive? Because shooting is an ego-driven sport. That's the basis of it. We all carry firearms and we all like a big ego. So you probably won't admit it, but if you are good, then a good ego is going to be an improvement as well. A big ego isn't good, and it's going to be detrimental to your survival and performance as well. But the same thing goes for martial arts. You need a bit of ego and confidence in your ability to be able to perform at your best. So with the self-defense and EDC community being connected to firearms and martial arts, preferably, but we get to that in later series as well. The thing is that no one wants their beliefs challenged. Everyone wants to hear that what they believe is the best thing and the right thing, but then there will never be an evolution of thought. You need to improve that evolution of thought to be better, just become better. So everyone has a trigger. So a trigger is something that invokes an emotional reaction. So it means that you are sensitive about something. So let's take this Glock for example. So some people get triggered because they see that this trigger is staged, but I didn't show you on camera that this firearm is safe. Now, I do understand the thinking behind it to promote responsible firearm use. But now if I've got a firearm, I'm probably going to be proficient at using this firearm, especially in South Africa. We have to go through a big process of proficiency training that involves training, sitting in a classroom, and then writing an exam about a firearm and how a firearm works. And then you go to a practical assessment. So I know everyone's just itching for me to show you that this firearm is clear and safe. So that's the kind of stuff that get us triggered. Now, there's certain other triggers as well, like using the word tactical. That's another trigger. People get real sensitive about that word because it basically means something else to everyone. So maybe just sit back, reassess, and think that that person's tactics might be different to my own. So don't be so sensitive. This goes towards gear as well. Now, if I say that this Glock is the best Glock in the world, then I'm going to get the CZ guys on my back, like I did with my Unpopular Opinion series about just buy a Glock. Now, why are people so sensitive about their gear? Now, this includes firearms, it includes torches, it includes holsters. Why are they so sensitive about that? Because it's very personal. It's a personal decision that you made. I carried this firearm with me more than anything else. Well, my firearm and my knife, my Fox Dart. I see this firearm more than I see my wife. This is glued to me. So this makes this Glock a very personal choice. So if my choice gets challenged, then inherently I think I get challenged. And that's not always the case. If there's a better firearm than this, then I'm probably going to upgrade to that one. Easy as that. So if you are running around with Glock, CZ, Beretta, SIG, Heckler & Koch, there's various other brands as well that are reputable brands. They're basically the same thing. It's like cars these days. You're not going to buy a bad car. Same thing with firearms. Now, there are certain firearm brands that I would not trust my life with. Things like Taurus, things like Rossi, couple of other ones as well that I can't think of now. But that's all things that's not as reputable. So all those reputable brands I would stay with, but don't be so sensitive. Don't think that it's a personal attack. I think the problem now these days is that everything feels like a personal attack for everyone in the everyday carry community. Some people prefer firearms for defense, some people prefer knives for defense, some people prefer just their hands for defense. So I think the problem is that because everyone's so sensitive, you're going to clamp up and sit on your little corner and say, my way is the best way, get away from me. Now the problem with that is that's fracturing our community. We need to stand together as a community. Now the problem is that there's various people in the world and in South Africa as well, we can see it growing and growing, that's anti-weapons. So they're coming for your guns. Now think of a community that's standing together, united, and they're saying, you're not going to take our guns. We need to protect ourselves, our family, and then the community as a whole as well. If something's going to go wrong, if someone's going to be attacked, I want to have that ability to protect them. I just want equal ground. I don't want to be at a disadvantage if the other person has an AK with them or has a handgun with them or two people with knives. That's not going to be the odds that's going to be in my favor. So I want the community just to stand together, to open up the dialogue, maybe see that I can learn something from them and I can learn something from them. So what's the difference between light banter and then taking things personally by being sensitive? So light banter is something that you do with close friends, close family. It's things that you know how to press their buttons just to get a reaction out of them, but it's not malicious, it's not serious. Now the same thing I want in the EDC community as well. Light, playful banter. Because we all are brothers and sisters in this thing. We are protectors, we are sheepdogs in the community. I want that same mentality of this is my family. This is the same people that have the same values as what I've got. I'm not going to get stuck on the details and go, well, you carry a red dot, I don't like red dots, so you're wrong. Or I carry a Glock, you carry CZ, you're wrong. So I want that, a bit of playful banter, a bit of talk here and there of why Glock is better than CZ, or CZ is better than Glock, or Beretta is there as well. Anything like that, that's playful banter. But jumping on your keyboard and being a keyboard warrior, and then tuning people and their mum and their forefathers as well, that's not the way to move forward. That's not constructive to this community. We want to build up a broad community, a community that has family values. So if you are sensitive, then that's not going to work. And that's it, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed this first one of my Why So series. This is something that just had to be said because no one out there is saying it, but I think everyone should be a little less sensitive. If you do differ from me, please hit me up in the comment section or any one of my social medias that I do. I do the YouTube thing, as you are probably watching now. And I do the Facebook and Instagram. I'm Quintinton Gun Guy everywhere, so look me up. And the link should be in the description as well. Let's get talking. Please like, share, subscribe, all those nice things. And let's open up the dialogue and don't be so sensitive. Cheers, guys.